Hey guys, welcome to another video, and welcome to my official season 2 of my manga overview series. Season 2 kicks off with Fullmetal Alchemist. I did do an intro video if you guys want to check that out. I just talk about what I feel about the series. Spoiler alert, it's one of my favorite series of all time. I have the entire series up on my shelf, but go ahead and take a look at that video if you want to get more information on this series and stuff. But yeah, I'm very excited. I just I've been working on another video right now. But that'll be up in the next couple days. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow. But yeah, I'm very excited. I don't know how long it would take to do 3. So I'm just gonna do 2 volumes for the first episode. But yeah, I'm very excited just to talk about this series, just to let the words flow out of my mouth. I'm not doing this scripted or anything. First take, hopefully, if I don't mess up horribly. But really quick, I just wanted to thank you guys for 125 subscribers now. It was like 2 weeks ago when I barely had 70, and I posted this dumb video, right? Just because, like, I've said this like so many times over, but I'm not really doing this for views or subscribers or anything. I just, it's a hobby, video making, I guess, and just to share what I love so much. When it comes to movies or video games, manga, of course, and action figures. I want to thank you guys so much. I guess you could count that live stream that I did a little while ago as the 100 subscriber special as well. But yeah, 125 subscribers. I never would have imagined that, honestly. I guess shorts are the way to go, so stay on the lookout for more of my shorts. And really quick, I want to talk about something that came up over the past week. I didn't get a chance to talk about it like in full, right? But I did put up a shorts on. I'll cut to that right now. So if you guys aren't aware or aren't keeping up with SH Fig Arts news, there was an exhibition or something, or a business meeting. I'm not entirely sure exactly what it was, but they showed off a bunch of prototypes for merch and stuff. I don't understand it. Like I said, take this with a grain of salt. This is real. It's a real prototype. This is Portuguese D Ace, which is most likely going to be the next figure in the One Piece SH Fig Arts line. And I've got to say, this figure looks insane. I've been wanting to talk about this figure, but this looks really great. I don't know where to start. Like the sculpt and everything, it looks perfect. So this is Ace, like when he was, you see right there when he was in Alabasta. But you can see he comes with 1, 2, I want to say 5 different faceplates in total, and I'm pretty sure tons of different accessories, obviously with different hands, and then the fire fist, and then the little flame fingers right here, and then the cloak and the scarf and everything. And I just gotta say that it also looks like it articulates really, really well. So obviously Ace is shirtless most of the time, so there's not going to be anything that's going to get in the way of articulation on the upper half. So you can tell that these do use like typical SH Fig Arts joints for the One Piece figures. And I gotta say, they did a really, really good job on the lower half. You can get them into that crouching pose. That's insane. That's a really good showcase of exactly how far you can go with the posing. It looks great, honestly. I really hope this does get made. Like I said, it's a prototype technically. But yeah. And then you can see he does come with a separate head without his hat. I don't know what else to say, man. This figure looks amazing. I really do hope it does get made, because I know others, including myself, are really hoping that this line gets chugging. It gets some steam in the engine. But hopefully this spells hope for the One Piece SH Fig Arts line. And then one last little mention, I forgot to put a separate photo, but it's just Ace with his back to the camera, and he does have the white beard tattoo, so that looks really great too. Super excited for this figure. Really hope this comes out. So that was just me going over that reveal that showed up during the past week. I'm really excited for that figure. I really hope that gets made. I was hoping for more of the East Blue 5. So that's Luffy, Nami, Zoro, Usopp, and Sanji. I was hoping for Zoro next, but I guess we can wait a little bit longer. But let's get on to the video. So this is Fullmetal Alchemist by Hiromu Arakawa. Story and art done by her. And it follows the story of Edward and Alphonse Elric on a quest to get their original bodies back after an alchemist spell or whatever they call it, after something went wrong when they were trying to do a transmutation with alchemy. So I'll go over it right now. Let me see this one really quick. Like how far these go. They don't go too far. I thought this one did a lot less than I thought, but I think I can do 2 of them. They're pretty much just 2 volumes in one. I can do that pretty easily. So go ahead and show you guys the volume covers, of course. I did show the first 3 in my intro video, but I'll show it. I'll show them here too as well. So this is volume 1, Fullmetal edition. So this is a hardcover, and it's got Ed on the front, holding out his fist, and then it wraps around the back. And then I don't know if you can see, there is a transmutation circle printed on the back, with a glossy finish, which it looks really great. It's a really good finish. And then the printing and everything for the letters has a metallic finish, which looks really great. I love these covers. They look really great on the shelf. And then volume 2, this one does have Ed's brother Al, or Alphonse Elric. And if you guys don't know why it's a big suit of armor, I'll get to that right now. Going over the series, or later on probably. So this one does have they all have different colors, by the way, which I really like. So this one has like an aquamarine, or not exactly sure what color this is, but it goes well with Al on the cover, and then it just wraps around the back here with the blood seal and the transmutation circle. Every one of them has the circle, by the way. I really like that touch. And that makes these covers just perfect. But yeah, let's go on to volume 1. And I'll say that I don't know if I dig the glossy finish on the pages or not. It kind of caught me by surprise, because I thought they were gonna be like regular paper pages, but you kind of get used to it. I don't know if I like it or not. It does have like a glossy finish. But here, going on to the very first page, you see a kid, and then you have these really cool like see-through pages. So that looks really nice. I only have another series that does this, and it's a Monster with their 2-in-1s, 3-in-1s. I'm not exactly sure. They're the deluxe editions or whatever. I have those, and then there's a colored illustration of Ed. And I love Arakawa's art style. She's an amazing artist. I know some people might not think so, or they might think it's basic or whatever, but I mean, just look at this. She's really great at coloring too. I really like her artwork. But yeah. And then it just it starts off with Ed and Al. So you get that little bit of flashback. It's Ed missing his leg, and you're like, what the heck? And then you cut to them just on the road, right? So Ed and Al, they're looking for the Philosopher's Stone to get their bodies back after that mishap with the transmutation. They're trying to get their mother back after she passed away, and they paid a huge price, especially for Al. I don't know if I should really explain the whole thing just yet. But I'll go over it as I talk about the series and everything. So there's the first show of Alchemy. And what I really like about this series is that it has a very real atmosphere, not like totally real, because there is alchemy in this series. But it has a very different atmosphere as opposed to other series. And I can say that a lot about Ed, because most shonen protagonists, they're goody two shoes, you know, they want to do the right thing. But Ed is honestly really selfish. And it's understandable knowing what these kids went through, you know. Like all they want is their bodies back. Oh man. I have a problem with spitting. That was my bad. But yeah, that's literally all they want. They don't want to save the world or anything. They want to be Pirate King or the Hokage or whatever, leader of their village. They just want their lives back. You know, a mistake they made when they were kids. They were just kids. And it's really sad, honestly, when you start to think about it, because they don't understand how these things really work, alchemy especially. But I think that's around volume 7, and I can start talking about the backstory. So then here, this guy, he blows a hole through Al, and he thinks it's a guy in armor, and it's just an empty suit of armor. So Ed did lose his leg originally trying to bring his mother back, and Al just straight up lost his body, like the ultimate price he could pay, and just left his soul behind. So Ed, with his quick thinking, right, he transported Al's soul into the big suit of armor, and he lost his right arm, I believe. So Ed lost 2 limbs, and Al lost his entire body in that process, which is... it's really sad, because I think they were like 10 years old or something at that point. But here they're looking for the Philosopher's Stone to try to bring back their mother. And they start to learn quickly that things aren't as easy as they think it'll be. And it's just it's a whole journey of dread and self-discovery that they go through. So here, that's a chimera. And then this guy, I forgot his name, but he has a Philosopher's Stone. I think it's false or something. And then you can see here that it rips up his pants, and it looks like it cut through his flesh, right? And then you see here that he has 2 automail arms, or two automail limbs. The Fullmetal Alchemist. Come down here and face me, you third-rate fraud. I'll show you there's no comparison between us. That's amazing, dude. I love that. And then here he explains that they've committed the worst possible sin, which is human transmutation. And it'll probably... Yeah, right here. So here it explained exactly how it happened. So their mother passes away, and then they're left behind by their father. And then they're being taken care of by their neighbor, and they're just little kids, you know. They want their mom back, and I think that's the saddest part, and they don't understand how things in this world work, and they try to bring back their mom, and it fails. And he says here, when it failed, my brother lost his left leg. I had my whole body taken. The next thing I saw when I opened my eyes was this armor body and a sea of blood. And yeah, it's honestly really devastating. And it goes into more depth later on in the series. But that's just a little bit that they talk about here. But yeah, they stress, like, more than they need to, that human transmutation is the worst possible sin that anybody can commit in this world. But here you can see that I don't know what this guy's name is, but it's a rebound and transmutation. And then you can see here Ed says, don't make a big deal over an armor tooth, because he knows what it's like to lose a limb. And he's toughened, but at the same time, he's just a kid. He still doesn't know how most things in this world work. But here he transmutes that giant statue. And then Rose, she's devastated because now she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know what to believe in and stuff like that, you know. And then here's the first appearance of the homunculi, lust and gluttony. I think it was gluttony. There's another one. I was getting confused with greed. And then I'm not exactly sure what they're doing next. So they leave that town. And then, well, these two especially, they have a reputation in this country for being, prodigies, you know, very talented state alchemists. State alchemist is whatchamacallit, a title given to the best of the best. So you can tell that, Ed really knows his stuff. And then here, I'm not exactly sure what's happening. Well, he's trying to fix the town. Oh yeah, and then here one of the whatchamacallit. Let me see. Oh, like there's specific rules in alchemy that you can't break, like transmuting money and gold and stuff like that. You can't do that. You'll probably have your license taken away from you. But yeah, here's another example, or probably the first example of Ed using his talent for good, because that's exactly what alchemists are supposed to do. They're supposed to use their alchemy for good. But yeah, and then there's the first appearance of Roy Mustang and Hawkeye. So then here, I don't think there's much going on. There's this guy with a big machine gun for an arm. And then it just looks like a train heist. Mind you, I haven't seen, or I haven't gone back to this series in a while. It's been a little bit since I read it. And then, like every alchemist has their thing. So, Fullmetal, Ed has the name Fullmetal Alchemist for his two automail limbs, and then Roy has the title of the Flame Alchemist, and you'll see it right now. I don't know if he'll show it right now. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Is it in this volume? Please don't let it. Jesus Christ. Okay. I guess we'll go ahead and keep going. This is probably it's probably just gonna be this volume because there's a lot to talk about, especially with this matter. So I'm pretty sure you guys know what's gonna happen. Even if you haven't seen or read Fullmetal Alchemist. So Ed and Al, they visit this guy named Sho Tucker. I forgot what his title is, but he's a state alchemist too, and they're trying to do research on transmutation and alchemy and stuff like that. You know, they're looking for the Philosopher's Stone. And Tucker has a little girl and a big dog, of course, right? And he does research on chimeras or something like that. And oh my god, it's devastating. So Tucker, he has like no more resources or something like that. And he resorts to using his daughter and his dog in his research. And oh my god, I remember watching this episode for the first time. Like I said, I had no idea about this series, like nothing at all. And I was just sitting there watching everything happen. I was like, dude, there's no way. What is happening? Like it just 180, just like that, like no warning. It was insane. I was I was gonna pass out or something from what I was watching. But yeah, Tucker does use, or he turns his daughter and the dog into a chimera, and it's just, oh my god. And he says here, what happened to Nina and Alexander? And then Tucker with that terrifying look on his face. I hate perceptive brats like you. So he just let he went insane or something. He let his work overcome him, and it's very disturbing work. And he doesn't have a wife. Like, his wife died or something. He used her for his experiments. You see here, 2 years ago, it was your wife. This time you made a chimera out of your own daughter and a dog. Because there's only so much you can do by experimenting on animals. And then Tucker, like, no remorse at all. Why are you so mad? Oh my god. And then Ed just lets him have it. So Ed, he's not exactly the brightest soul in the world, but he knows that isn't right. Anybody in their right mind knows that isn't right. Especially Al. If you say one more word this time, I'll be the one to snap. Oh my god. It's so devastating. I think it's even tougher reading through the manga. Because the images are frozen. They're just staring at you, and you gotta stare at them back. It's, oh my god. I'm sorry. We don't have the skill right now to turn you back to normal. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And then the chimera keeps saying, wanna play, wanna play. It's really tough to get through, honestly. And then Ed and Al, or Ed says, we're humans. We can't even save one little girl. We're just pathetic human beings. It's honestly tough. It's one of the darkest scenes in anime history. That scene is very famous for being very dark. And then there's the first appearance of Scar going on his rampage and stuff like that. I think he's a really interesting character. I'll be able to talk about him a little bit more. But here he takes mercy on, or he gives mercy to the chimera and just puts it down. It's really tough, honestly. And then there's a nice little color page. And then just another little bit of flashback. And then you can see here exactly what they're trying to do. He says, or the mom says, you couldn't put me back together too. And it's just a nightmare that Ed is having. And then this happens a couple times in the series, and I know it's like a real thing in the real world, but his stumps hurt every now and then. So it's like phantom pain or something in the real world when an amputee has pain in their leg, but it's not there, right? And then they tell them that the chimera and Tucker got taken out. Oh, and then there's jealousy or envy. I mean, pretty much the same thing, envy. And I swear, this guy, I thought he was a female for the longest time. It's a guy. Or, I mean, they're technically, they don't have genders, really, but, I mean, lust is obviously female. But yeah, envy is male, technically. Or androgynous, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I swear to God, he was female when he first showed up on screen. And I thought that for the longest time. And then here, Ed and Al, they drill this into your head over and over and over again, and it makes these characters feel so real. I think that's what I meant when I said this series was real. So you can see here, this world flows by obeying these laws. Death, too, is a part of that flow. Accept the flow of the world. And then Ed says, I'm a fool. I haven't grown up at all since then. And that's what I meant. They're still growing up. They're kids. I think Ed is 15, and then Al is 14. And then Al says, I don't even have a body that can feel the rain. It's lonely inside here. It's hard. I want to get my old body back. I want to go back to being human, even if that means doing the impossible and going against the flow of the world. So they're just kids. they want their old lives back. That's all they want. Like I said, it's tough to see what these characters go through, like, on a daily basis. And then Scar confronts these two, and they're trying to get away and everything. And then there's two different processes to alchemy. It's the destruction and then the reconstruction. But Scar stops at the destruction part. So he has this really powerful technique where he destructs, parts of what he's trying to transmute, but he stops at the reconstruction, so it just blows everything apart. That's why he can do this, and how he took out Tucker and put down the Chimera. And then right here, Ed and Al get to fighting, but they're no match, and Scar takes out Al like no problem. He destructs part of his body. And then right here, I think this is it. Scar lands a blow on Ed and then takes out his right arm. I said it in my whatchamacallit, in my intro for this series. But I really, really love the way Arakawa draws metal. She's really, really good at that. I think that's the best thing she's good at. You have to get really good at drawing at some point to draw metal like this. You can see all the parts and the nuts and bolts and stuff like that. It looks really great. I love her art. And then something that these volumes add a little bit of are concept sketches. So these are first rough drafts of Ed, and then you can see here that he looks really grown up, and then she puts notes here, too grown up looking. So I get she wanted both of them to be little kids, right? And I think that's a really good touch. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be it. It's getting pretty long. I was rambling too much, but I loved every minute of it, honestly. I really like talking about this series specifically. So that was part 1 of my Fullmetal Alchemist manga overview series, volume 1 by Hiromu Arakawa, Fullmetal edition. I'll get to volume 2 in my next video. I thought I was going to be able to get 2 in 1, but not today. My yapping got the better of me. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys think of that Ace One Piece SH figures. Really hope that comes out. It's just a prototype, no guarantee that it's actually going to be released. And thank you guys for 100 subscribers. Technically 125, which is insane, but really thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.